welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, then welcome. My name is Hannah. I make mental health videos mostly, but I sometimes just do some random vlogs and clothing hauls and whatever I fancy really. So hi, welcome. I thought I'd do a mental health update video today because I haven't done one in a while, and also just didn't really know what else to film, to be honest. I will say though, people were asking me more subject questions rather than like to do with mental health updates, so I may film a video on like sort of self-help, self-advice, that's not right, but just like advice sort of videos. But yeah, I thought I'd just film like a mental health update, and a lot of the questions were kind of like, how are you, like how are you doing, like how are you really doing. You know what, I'm actually okay. Like my mental health's been a bit off, but not majorly. Like I'm coping, that's the main thing. Like I'm getting through, I'm being rational about things, I'm able to make decisions and like without being irrational about it on impulse. So I definitely feel okay. Overall though, like I feel like I'm very overwhelmed with just everything that's going on in the world. So I feel like that's making my mental health a bit like that, but like otherwise I'm okay. I'm just very tired, like I'm not sleeping properly at all at the moment. I haven't for ages, but it's just getting worse at the moment, so that's fun. Someone asked, are you looking forward to lockdown ending or does it make you anxious? You know what, like yes and no. Like so like I'm looking forward to it ending because it would be nice to go out and do things and see friends and create memories and just have a good time, to be honest. But at the same time, yes, it does make me very anxious, the idea of having to come out of lockdown, because in the past I have suffered from agoraphobia and I don't want it to then go back to those sort of days, because like, I couldn't even like eat out in a restaurant. I couldn't go out properly. I still struggle with it, but like I cope a lot better. I'm worried though that when everything's back open and that, it's gonna be a big struggle for me, because I already am finding it overwhelming going to like supermarkets and whatever like essential shops I've been going to. I've needed to go to, I think mostly just B&M. But yeah, I am finding it a bit like, but like I kind of see the pros and cons of obviously both, and I'm hoping that I'll be able to manage it. So yeah, how old were you when you started realising life is a struggle? I mean, I don't know if you mean like life is a struggle. I mean life is a struggle, but I mean like mental health wise, I knew from a young age. Like I didn't know, but like I knew something wasn't right from a young age. From about 7, like I've struggled quite a lot, but I didn't know that it was like not the norm. Like I kind of was just like, oh, everyone must feel like this, like everyone must feel really low, and you know. So yeah, I kind of didn't realise at the time what I was going through, but now I'm older, I'm able to recognise that it has been from like that age. So yeah, how are you doing? Okay, how have you found DBT? I have found it really helpful. I'm at the point now where I don't feel like I rely on it heavily, like going to DBT now. I find that I know most of the skills and I don't feel like I'm getting much more from doing group therapy. I am doing still one-to-one and group at the moment, but I'm finding I'm at the point where I'm okay, like to give or take it. Like sometimes it's nice to just have my one-to-one appointment, because like sometimes I just need to talk or rant things out, and I just find it easier to have that perspective from like someone who's not in my life, kind of thing. Like they're not a personal person in my life, if that makes sense. So it's nice in that way, but then I also don't want to heavily rely on that, because I know I need to be discharged this year, so I need to find other resources to manage that. But yeah, otherwise I'm doing okay with therapy and I've actually really enjoyed it, and I really recommend DBT if you can get a hold of DBT. What's the most important thing you have learned along your recovery journey? I would say it is definitely to be kinder to myself and to be more aware of like how critical I am of myself, because I will literally doubt myself so much when I'm actually like doing okay. So yeah, kind of just like to be more kind to myself, especially on bad days, because you know, we are our own worst critics really. Do you think mental health will be more of an issue after the pandemic is over? Yeah and no, like I think it's quite bad at the moment during the pandemic. I think yeah, once it's over maybe there will be quite a lot, but like I think even within the pandemic there's been quite a lot. So I think it could go either way. Like I feel like maybe so for more key workers once it's over. Like I don't know, I don't really know, I can't really make any judgments on it. I'm just kind of thinking maybe it would affect key workers more once lockdown and like everything is over, because then they can kind of reflect more, because at the moment like they're obviously dealing with it quite like hands-on, kind of like they don't have a time to reflect it because they're just dealing with it. So maybe. What's your favourite self-care activity? I don't really have one. I kind of like journaling, I guess, and like arts and crafts and just going on walks, so I guess maybe that. Do you feel like you are having less darker days? Good question. Like yeah, I do, because like compared to like 2019 I felt like I was constantly in dark days. Like I felt like they were never ending, whereas now I feel like I have a lot more okay days. Like they're not like great, but like they're okay, like they're manageable. So yeah, I do feel like I'm having less darker days because I'm able to cope very much so with dark thoughts now, like whereas before like they would overwhelm me and I wouldn't be able to manage them at all, and I'd let them take over my entire day slash week slash month slash the entire year. So yeah, I do think I'm having less darker days. I'm just looking for questions. What gets you through the bad days? So I would say, just like I said, like be kinder to myself and like treat myself. Like everyone has bad days, and I think it's important to realise that you're not like you don't struggle alone. Like people do have bad days, and I think it's just important to look after yourself and be kind to yourself and do something you enjoy, like listen to your favourite songs, have a bath, go for a walk, listen to like watch your favourite film, or like put on a cartoon. I find cartoons are so helpful on bad days because I find that like my focus is not great on bad days, so I find cartoons quite like they're just the right level of okay. Like I can focus on them because they're not very long, and like they're just manageable, and like they feel okay to watch, and like they make me feel a bit better because they're funny. So that's kind of what I do, and I just make sure to be kind to myself and treat myself to something I really like, and just know that I'm not alone in that, and also that I will get through it, kind of thing. Like I know that like better days will be ahead, so that's kind of how I cope with it. What are your thoughts on medication? I mean, if you want medication, go for it. Like that's my opinion. Like if you think medication's gonna help you, like find the right psychiatrist, doctor, whoever is in charge of your care to help you find the right medication. Don't think there's anything wrong with being on medication. What's your hardest mental health issue you're currently facing? I don't know if it counts really as like mental health, but just insomnia. Like I'm really struggling, so like for example like my insomnia stems off a lot of things, so like I then become overwhelmed quickly. I feel like I'm constantly dealing with meltdowns kind of thing, because like I just struggle to keep myself like robust kind of thing when I'm feeling tired, because I just feel so like angry and tired and restless and just I don't know how to explain it other than that. So then it affects my mental health in a big way. Someone said, what are your diagnoses? I'm diagnosed with borderline personality disorder, anxiety, ADHD. I don't know whether you count that as a mental health diagnosis. I guess for me I do, because it affects my mental health on a daily basis. And then like there's also on my diagnosis list possible bipolar 2 / cyclothymia, I don't know how you pronounce it. I feel like that's kind of it really. Like there is questions, but like they're not really like mental health update questions. They're more like I feel like they'd be a whole subject topic video thing that I could talk about. So that's kind of why I don't want to answer them. Like not because I'm being rude, I just think that they would be more appropriate for a whole video / maybe like more of a like what I do to manage those things, like because some of them are like what are your best coping mechanisms, how to manage a crisis and things like that. So I'd rather do like a whole video on them. Or like there's ones that's just like what books have helped you, and I'm thinking more like I feel like I could do like literally half a video on what books have helped me, because I literally have so many. So yeah, I feel like I definitely want to do that. But I kind of want to wait, well not wait, but I kind of just want to do it in a whole video basically, because otherwise this video would be way too long. I think that's kind of it really, because a lot of them were just like how is your mental health right now, and then like also just how to get through hard days. So I feel like I kind of answered them. Yeah, I have answered them. Sorry, I was just double checking because I didn't want to come across like rude if someone is watching this who like has asked a question and I've not answered it. So yeah, basically I'm gonna do a whole video on like things that have helped me / coping mechanisms. I might even make it into a series, because I don't know if I'd be able to cover it all in like a appropriate video timing, because it would probably be like 45 minutes or something. So I feel like it would be better to just cut it down into like sort of 15-minute videos, 10-minute videos. But let me know if you want to see anything to do with mental health, like that you find helpful, or you think that I should talk about. So I'm kind of open to like talking about anything that you guys want to talk about, like if it's just coping mechanisms or like things that helped me, kind of down for that. But yeah, thank you for watching. It really means a lot to me, and that's kind of it for the mental health update kind of thing. It really means a lot to me that you all here support me. Love you all.